Welcome back to CAD 216, and in this week we are going to put some interior walls in our basement, and we're also going to put our stairways, and we're also going to put some annotations on this thing. And we'll get started first with putting those floors in the basement. Now this is in your textbook, and it's in exercise 6-3 if you want to look in your book. That actually goes through this, but I want to show you exactly what we're looking at here. Now, they're wanting, if you'll notice in your text, and I'll go to first floor, they're wanting this same interior layout in the basement. Let me show you a trick. Come in here and grab all of this, just like that. So after I get that, you got a filter up here. Just come up here to filter and take out what you do not want. I don't want dimensions in there. I don't want door tags. I'll leave the doors because I think we need the doors. I don't want any generic models. I don't want any thin lines. I don't want text notes. I do want walls, and I do not want window tags. So all thing that does, it just does a selection for you. See? Just like that. Now we want to keep these walls and put them in the basement. Let me show you another quick trick. We can copy and paste this. If you come over here into the clipboard, there's a copy, and you can align to selected level. So it's going to keep it in line, and we can paste it to the basement. So that should have put it in our basement. We'll go to 3D, and you really can't see it too well, but I'll show you another little trick. If you want to hide this wall, click on it, and you can actually hit your little sunglasses down here and hide element. And you can see, looks like there's some walls down there, aren't they? Good deal. To get that back, come back, because you see this blue around it, this little outline says temporary hide isolate. That's letting you know there's something in there that's been hid. If you hit reset, it puts it back in. There's also another thing I want to show you to be able to visualize in 3D, which is pretty nice, is your section box. You can click on that little button right over here. You have to be escaped out into your main property, section box, and you can actually click this section box, and you can move it, and what it does is it cuts part of the house out so that you can see inside of it. It's a really handy tool when you're doing interior, especially when you're doing like cabinets and stuff. It really helps. But I want to turn that off for the time being, and it just goes back to normal. And let's go into our basement, and we got to clean up some stuff. We don't need a door here, according to our book I'm looking at. We don't need a door there. We do need one here, here. Everything else looks great. And that's it. That's the walls they want in the basement. So we got that knocked out, and that looks great. So that's good. All right. So let's move on and start putting some stairs into this. Now this is it's in the stairs section and of your text, and we are going to go to the first floor, and we're going to put the first floor to second floor stairs in, and this one has it's got a U-shaped type of stairway. It's got a stairway that goes up, has a landing about midway, and then has another riser that goes on up of stairs, and it kind of splits the stairs in two so the stairway isn't so long. And it's a good method. A lot of homes use this. It's really easy to put stairs in on this software. It really and truly is. And I'll show you how to do it right now. So what I want to do is, of course, on the attachment that I've got for you, it's showing the stairs and it's showing you the location of those stairs, and you can click on them on your in Blackboard to be able to visualize where they want these locations at. And it gives you a few dimensions too. But I want to show you something about stairs. Now stairs, if you look up here, you've got the command here, and it's in the architecture. Now a stair, whenever you go from this elevation to the first step, top of that elevation, that's called your riser. And that's how tall that first step is. And you got to go in, when you're designing houses, into the code book of wherever you're at and find out what is required, what is the maximum height of a step. And most of the time it's around 7 inches. Some states, they can go a little bit, a couple quarter of an inch or half inch higher than that. But typically it's around 7 inches. And the tread is how far it is from the front going back to the next step. That's where your foot's going to be stepping on. It's called the tread. And most of the time that's around 11 inches on most stairs that I've ever designed. The more of a landing that you have on that, on your tread, the better it is. Because have you ever walked up steps that are real small and you only get like half your foot on the step? Those are a nightmare to walk down. They're not that hard to walk up, but they're a nightmare to walk down, especially if you're carrying a lot of stuff, and it's an easy opportunity for you to get hurt and fall. So I always like to use about 11-inch steps. I don't really know what the book is using here. I haven't even looked at it much yet. But I do see we've got some dimensions here. If you all see, if you got your paper with you, you have a 9'5" line. So go in here and first go to annotate, and we got to draw some detail lines. And this is detail line. This will let you draw stuff just manually. And I want to put a line in here, and it says this line should be 9'5". And I'll annotate it. You guys know how to do that. We've done that in our last lesson. And I'll catch this face of this wall face. And it says this needs to be 6 foot, click on the line, 6 foot, 6 inches away from this wall. All right. Now, we're getting ready to put our stairs in. That's just a guide that we're going to go by, okay? And we'll get started. So I'll come up here, and I hit stair, and it's an architecture. I go to stair, and when I do this, you'll notice it has a mode. It kind of turns light green because you got a check mark when you get done. And over here is the different types of stairs that I want to have. And there's the different ones. And we're going to use the closed 2 sides. That means it has rails on both sides. And the base level of the stairway is going to start at the first floor, and we're going up to the second floor. That is perfect. We don't need any offsets on this. And the desired number of stairs is going to be 16. The actual riser height at 16 stairs is going to be 6 3/4. That's under 7 inches. I'm happy with that. The actual tread is 11 inches. I'm happy with that because that gives you plenty of footing. So we can take off. I feel good about all that. It is a new construction. So this is how you do it. You just make sure you're on run. Make sure automatic landing is check marked, and we want 3 foot wide. This is going to be a 3 foot wide stairway. No offset. So all I do is click on this, and I want to show you something. And, it's not right. I want that to be in the center. So you come over here to location line and make sure you're doing run is in the center. See how it puts it in the center? Now, if you run this thing all the way up to the second floor straight on, this is how long this stairway is going to be. It's really long. That's why they're wanting to break it up. What I do is I come up here, and this is 16. It's going to be 16 stairs. So I want to break it up into half, and I want to do 8. You see down here at the bottom where it says 8? Right there, 8 risers created, 8 remaining. What I do is I just click right there, and I don't do anything. I don't click anything after that. I just move my cursor over, and you see that little looks like a hidden line? Come over to this wall and click. And see, it's wanting to put this other one. It's got that landing, but again, you see how it's wanting to go down the center of it? If y'all remember how I changed this one, come over here and put run left of that wall. Check that out. and I can just click once I get down here toward the bottom. And then you've got it in. All you have to do is hit your check mark to finish it. You'll go to 3D and take a look at it, and you can see your stairway. Let's go in here and do that section box if you want to. This is a good time to use it, isn't it? We might as well use it. So click on this, pull this back, and ta-da! There is your steps. Now, we haven't got a floor to this yet, and we'll get one. We're getting there. So we got the stairs in. They look really good. Now we got to put stairs into the basement. So I'm just going to hit basement, and let's see. And also, I've got that attached to what the basement stairs looks like on there. And on that one, it has a landing too. And they're giving us some numbers that they want us to use. All right, so I'm just going to go in and click off of that. I'm going to go back into annotate. I will do my detail line. And basically, no, I don't have to even do a detail line on this because I can use this wall here as my line if I want it to. Or I can come down 1.5 foot, because it's going to be 3-foot stairs. And I can come up 5, 6, like it has a picture there. Just like that. And I could probably go just like that and go ahead and go back to architecture, stair. We want to use open 2 sides instead of closed 2 sides. I don't want any rails on this thing. So what I want to do, make sure it's 3 foot wide, it's perfect. Make sure my run is in the center. And before I start, we're going from the basement and we're going up to the first floor. Make sure you do that because you don't want it to stop short. So I'm going to start right here, bring it up. About 7 risers, click. Don't click anything else. Zoom in, and you're going to go off this point right there, and just, you don't click anything, it'll actually highlight it for you. Bring it over, now click. And whenever you come down, you see how it's trying to make the extra parts going up. And I want to put that to the left side, and just click, and hit finish. So now, when I go in here, you can see that the stair is coming all the way to the top, right there where it needs to. And this right here is not showing right because we've got it cut. Do you remember that? You see what I mean? It's just cut out. If we were to pull that back a little bit, you could see it a little bit better. Let me find where my little thing is there. There it is. Pull it, and you can now, that makes it look a little bit better, doesn't it? We've still got floors to put into this thing, but we will get there. We will get there. That's coming up in the next little bit. But get your stairs in. Get them nice and located. If you have any questions with that, please contact me. But also, we got one more little project we're going to work on this week, and we're going to annotate this entire drawing, all of our floors, and get and have it looking perfect, so that it can go on a plan to go out into the field and be constructed. So we're going to do that next after this one.